Yo, what's good my people, welcome back to the SillyMMA channel, and today we are doing the first episode of This Week in MMA. This is a weekly series which I will do every week because it's weekly, where I will just recap everything that's happened within the sport in the week. We've had some big things happen this week. Before we get into the video, please leave a like, subscribe, it really helps. This video took a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of effort, and if you just leave some feedback, anything like that, it would really be appreciated. On to the first thing. Strickland has called out Belal Muhammad. I mean, in his own words, he has said this: Belal, you should finally sack up. All that shit you talked, man, we can finally make it happen. You lost your belt, you got fucked up, I got fucked up. We should make it happen. He said he will come up. All that shit he talks on Instagram, now you can do, you fucking pussy. Do it for Palestine. I'd fucking love that fight. There's nobody there for me. He just thought, let the lip heal up. Why not? To be honest, I'm not against it. Do I think Belal Muhammad moves up to middleweight at all? Nah, I don't see it happening at all, to be honest. But I mean, Strickland, I think it should be Israel Adesanya for him next. But this should be an intriguing matchup. Like, two boring fighters usually makes a decent fight at the highest level of the sport. They got some beef. I wouldn't mind seeing it. Co-main event. Oh, no, co-main event, that's taking a fucking piss. Maybe like a featured fight of a stacked pay-per-view. Maybe, but I don't know, man, how their styles will clash. But that's Jon Strickland calling out Belal Muhammad. Next, Pimblett wants Justin Gaethje in Abu Dhabi. In his words, if I beat Gaethje, I'm next in line. Could be next. It's just if he says yeah or not. Abu Dhabi, October. That's when I want to fight. So Paddy wants Gaethje, and I hear that for him. I think the Oliveira matchup was there. Well, of course, Oliveira's been booked against Topuria, who won't fight for a while after that, win or lose. And if it's win, he'll have the belt, so that's out of the picture. But I don't know, man. This is an easy fight for Paddy Pimblett, in my opinion. I think Justin Gaethje's overrated. I think he's getting to the end. Like, he's been good. He's never been that good, in my opinion. You could do Paddy versus Armin or Hooker, but I think that's a match between them has to happen between Strickland and Hooker on the fucking perf card. But Paddy Pimblett wants Gaethje. I don't know, man. That's happened. And we have a Jon Jones update. Jon Jones is like, he's completely out of it. You see videos of him drunk in Thailand, doing shows in Russia, and Dana White is adamant. He says 100% he will fight in 2025 via an interview with Adam Glynn. By the way, shout out Championship Rounds on Twitter for all these images. Can we just stop? Dana White, stop toying with us. You know, whatever you say, we'll latch onto it, and we'll just believe it. We'll eat up your words, and he's just buying time. Jon Jones, bro, just accept the contract, because I feel bad. I hate Dana White, and I even feel bad for him here, because you know he wants it. And I also feel bad for Tom Aspinall, man. Now, how many interviews has that poor fella done saying, I'm just fed up with it at this point, mate? Like, honestly, it's just embarrassing. He says he's 100% fighting in 2025. I won't believe this fight until they're in there and Jon Jones is on his arse. I won't believe it until after the fight's happened. And I'm going to be checking my eyes and pinching myself and checking if it was some, like, CGI bollocks after it's happened as well. Because, bro, at this rate, we are never getting this. And also, Conor McGregor news. In big 2025, fair enough. McGregor hopped on Instagram and said, at Dana White, at TKO, call that big butt nurse. Alright, buddy. And he said, let's get this show started at UFC. We know he was obviously just fucking pissed. Dana White came on, he said he's not fighting anytime soon. Yep, we knew it. You know, this guy keeps speaking, he keeps posting training videos, looking like some clunky old grandpa. We need to let it go, man. He needs to let it go as well. Also, we have some news. Prates, he says at UFC, ready to get back on the cage. Actually, it's in the cage, buddy. Send me location, whatever you want. I don't know, man. I mean, this is this. I mean, Prates looking to get back in there early after losing to Ian Gary. He didn't look bad in that fight. He got beaten, but he didn't look bad. You know, they got finished. Like, I think this guy will make it to the top 5 one day. So Carlos Prates wants to get back in. And we also have big news between Islam and Ilia Topuria. And they're doing all of this beef now. After the fight has basically gone away from us. Ilia Topuria came out and said, he is the biggest hypocrite I've ever seen. He said he doesn't want to give me the opportunity because I was the little guy. Now he's the little guy looking for the same opportunity that I was looking for. A hypocrite. And this is on Islam Makhachev moving up to welterweight to fight JDM. This is a fair point. And then Islam came out and said, difference between me and you, that I cleaned top list in my division, move to next. But you ran away from 2 contenders who had consecutive 5 to 9 wins in featherweight division. You're nobody in lightweight division. Just a big mouth boy from Spain with nice haircut. Girl, go get 1 W and we can talk, boy. Ilya responded to this with, the difference between you and me is that I'm a man and you are a coward. I speak and fight, you talk and hide. Run away far, leaving no trace. And some bollocks in Russian as well. Man, why? Oh, I wish you could have this fight. All Belal Muhammad had to do was take JDM down and sit on him, bro. He bottled it. We're not getting this fight. Unless, I mean, even if we get it, if a situation where Islam loses and comes back down, there'll be a roles reversed. Topuria will be the champion. But Islam will be off a loss, man. Will it hit the same? I don't know, but these two are going at it. And I'm all here for it. I beg they just fucking take Oliveira out of the fight and put Islam in there. And also, staying on the topic of Ilya Topuria may move to 170. When he was asked, he said, of course, why not? It depends. If the fans want to see me fight at welterweight and there's a champion the company has at the moment, why not? I fight to entertain people. Obviously, I also have to be motivated by the challenge, so I'm not closing the door. If the opportunity arises and there's an exciting fight, I'm there. What I hope is that the other party is also not willing to make excuses, but to back up what they're saying. Wink, wink, Mr. Islam Makhachev. But yeah, man, I think Ilya will be completely ass at 170. I think that special factor that he has at featherweight is already reduced slightly at lightweight, in my opinion. And at welterweight, even a bit more. He's not that big of a guy. But I mean, we're going to be here in like 3 or 4 years' time, where Topuria has just vacated the light heavyweight belt, and Islam Makhachev is asking for a fucking super heavyweight division. That's where this one is going. I mean, I respect Ilya Topuria. He's staying dedicated. And also, something on Ilya Topuria I want to say that I've really concluded from this whole situation between him getting these belts. I think, well, I don't think he's got long in the sport, you know. Ilya Topuria is that guy. He's like a McGregor. He wants the big fights, and he's not the type of guy to defend his belt and fight a boring contender like a Gamrot, like a everywhere, like one of these. He wants to get bigger and bigger every time. There's no gimmick fights for him, and you can only peak once you're like getting matchmakers with the likes of Charles Oliveira and Islam Makhachev, and like knocking out Holloway and Volk. I mean, I think we only have 3 or 4 fights from Ilya Topuria left in the UFC, in my opinion. Also, Ank can't find a fight, in a very, very, very good tweet from him with exceptional English. All the guys turned me down and International Fight Week. Oh, Magomed Anklaev, thank you so much. But let me translate this into standard English bracket, United Kingdom closed bracket for you. Alex Pereira and Jiri Prochazka were offered to fight Anklaev at UFC 313 and turned it down via Ariel Helwani. I mean, you know why Jiri did it. If you watched my recent video, go check out, breaking down a lot of the recent fights recently. Basically, Prochazka's doing like a master's degree or something, and Alex Pereira, he says he turned down the fight. And I'm confused by Alex Pereira's status right now, because he posted that tweet. He did not get hacked. Like, no one's hacking you. Like, if someone's hacking Alex Pereira, they're dropping a fucking Shama coin or something like a I did Sonya, like something like a coin like that, you know what I mean? They're stealing money. They're not saying, oh yeah, fuck the UFC, all of that. Like, it's never ever that deep, and you could just tell in the video he's saying, yeah, go hug, man. Like, no. I think he was angry because they offered it to Jiri first. Then they came and offered it to Alex, who denied it anyway, in my opinion. But Anklaev can't find a fight. Also, Nasruddin Imamov is the official backup fighter between the title fight between Gigas Duplessis and Khamzat Chimaev versus Rep RMC Sport Combat at Twitter. I mean, yeah, there's not much here to break down. Duplessis versus Imamov will be for UFC 319. Chimaev, please don't get ill. Anyway, Strickland and Caio Bahailo. We have more news on the show with Strickland. He's staying pretty relevant, and also the guy's fucking 230 pounds now. Check that out. Search up Sean Strickland on Instagram. You see a clip of him weighing in like 230 pounds. It's crazy. Anyway, here he was saying, by the way, at Real KevinK for the tweet, Strickland says he wanted to fight Reina de Ridder before he was booked. Why would you get bummed by Duplessis twice and want to fight Reina de Ridder? I don't know. And he says he was offered Caio Bahailo, but they each mutually said no. So this says a bit about what the UFC are doing with the middleweight division. I mean, that fight could have been happened. They both said no. They were training in that camp for 312. But man, make Imamov versus Bahailo, man. I don't get it. And also, he said Anklaev couldn't find a fight. I've got a man for you. Jaden Almeida says he is willing to move down to fight Anklaev if he needs an opponent. In his own words, he says, "I was already a guy who fought from 205 pounds, and I am willing to lower the category to fight him." Fair play to Jaden Almeida. This guy wants to fight everyone. Gone, Volkov. No one's willing to fight him. He's even willing to go down, and he's a true heavyweight, man. He's a big guy, and he's not one of these fat blokes. He's in the elite of the elite heavyweight, and also Dana co-promoting. There's something between like doing Power Slap, running a boxing organization while doing UFC, holding one of boxing's biggest fucking fights on the same night as not UFC, one of the biggest UFC events every year, and it just doesn't make sense. How can Dana White co-promote both of these fights? They're happening on the same night. Dana, what have you got yourself into, buddy? Please resign from the UFC. You want to go into boxing, you want to go into fucking slap fighting. Next will be toe wrestling and bloody car jiu-jitsu, yeah? But just, bro, stay away from the sport. You want to promote boxing? Actually, when you think about it, this is better for us. Because that means there'll be less people watching boxing, because Dana White will probably find a way to fuck off them fans. These are rubbish, like, oh, he needs to find the passion he had back in the day. World tours, all of that. He doesn't have that, man. Anyway, on to a bit of a lighter note. Daniel Rodriguez got a new head tattoo. No pun intended, but Jesus. On to the next section of this week in MMA, the fight news. And it is a blessed week to be an MMA fan because we have had it in plenty. We're not going to break through the fights, but we're just going to run through them. We're going to go a bit detailed into the main ones, but some of the lesser ones, we'll just name them. But anyway, the first main fight, Topuria vs Oliveira. You've seen this by now, officially announced for UFC 317. That's the main event for a vacant belt. And then also on the co-main event of that card, we've got Alexander Pantoja versus Kara France, which is also co-main event in UFC 317. Then UFC 319, we've got Dricus du Plessis versus Chimaev, which will probably end up being du Plessis Imamov. That's for UFC 319. We've got the UFC debut of Mix. Please ignore the photo. I couldn't find a full body photo of him that included more than 2 pixels. So we've gone with the goat's body. I'm just wiped his head on top. But Mix, please. I will personally PayPal you about $100,000. I don't know how much money you have, but I'll PayPal you more than you have. If you sleep this man out clean, or you just even choke him out cold, just fuck this guy up. But to be honest, I think Bautista's to taste this one. That's for UFC 316. It's not been officially announced, but with Vera falling out, we've had a very reliable source come in and say that's that. We've also had the UFC Abu Dhabi main event, which is a card which is shaping up nicely, and this is an excellent main event. Robert Whittaker gets the rematch with du Plessis as he takes on Reina the Ridder here. I mean, this is a crazy fight. I can't wait for that one. Then for your UFC Nashville main event, Talison fucking Teixeira, who's had one fight in the UFC, gets a main event against Derek Lewis, and I bet you it's just Nascimento all again. He'll lose this fight, then lose to like fucking Sergey Spivak, and then get cut for the UFC. He's managed to get a main event. Already we've got Tatsuro Taiba versus Albazi, mainly the Apex card in August. I think Albazi is fucking biggest fraud. Go check out my video, the worst top 10 fighters in each UFC weight class. Yeah, Albazi's a fraud. Anyway, other fights, we got Manel Kape versus Brandon Royval on the UFC 317 card. We've got Jack Hermansson versus Gregory Rodriguez also on that card. We've got Yanota Denise versus Justin Taffer also on that card. We've got Tracy Cortez versus Vivian Araujo also on that card. We've got Paulo Costa versus Roman Kopylov, what a banger, also on that card. Then for UFC 318, we have Fogert versus Dulatov, who's coming off the Contender Series, the model, the German guy. He's got a bit of hype around him. And we also have this fight for UFC Abu Dhabi. Shara Bodid Magomedov takes on Mark Andre Barrios, who comes off a big win over Bruno Silva. We've also got Nordiev takes on Bodjan Gad at the 145-pound division. Bruno Ferreira takes on Ikram Edeskerov at middleweight in an excellent fight at the UFC Abu Dhabi. Krylov versus Bogdan Guskov matchup at UFC Abu Dhabi as well. Ivo Aslan takes on Billy Adekena at UFC Abu Dhabi, and Krokin Salkid takes on Yanalas Moves at UFC 316. Neil Magny takes on Gunnar Nelson at UFC 318. And that is all the fights, brief. And now the final part of this video, the moment of the week. This is where I'll be crowning a moment that just made me smile this week. Something happy, and for me, it's got to be Darren Till winning. Yeah, last night he won the boxing fight against Darren Stewart, and a lot of guys don't like Darren Till. I love Darren Till, man. To see him doing well, man, see him finding somewhere for him, looking good boxing, smiling, enjoying it, just makes me happy, man. Because this guy, he got rushed in the UFC, but he's an elite fighter, man. Even when he's gone down, he's looked decent. And I just love Darren Till, man. Anyway, that was this week in MMA. We've had beef, we've had crossover boxing, we've had funnies, we've had crazy head tattoos. By the way, I love Christianity and that. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. Shout out SillyMMA.